Brought a lot of anxiety and stress to my life. Just all of a sudden, in one day, our daily registrations were increased at least 10 times. The numbers are only continuing to grow. Hello everyone, my name is Jekaterina and I'm Dreamport product owner. I consider myself being part of both business and IT teams at the same time. My days are filled with identifying business requirements that needs to be implemented into the platform, enhancing current functionality that we already have and bringing new automations into the processes, identifying how it's better to be positioned from the user's perspective, and describing the task to my IT team accordingly to develop our needs. Dreamport is the business division of Revolution for freelance contractors that are getting engaged worldwide to provide consulting and advisory services to our customers. We have two parts of the platform. One is external, another is internal. Our external part is built only for the freelance applicants, and it includes public pages with the information about what we are offering for them and how is the application process and what to expect. Then the main part goes after the registration. The registration is a 4-step process, after which they are asked to complete the English language knowledge assessment. Then they're getting invited into the online and afterwards pre-live training programs. And once they finished all these steps, we are inviting them to sign freelance contracts with us and having this process automated. That means they don't require any involvement from anyone for our freelancers to move into the funnel. And then the second part is our internal Dreamport back office space that is built to manage the freelance applicants and contractors profiles, and as well as to have the system administration panel there. And we also have numerous processes automated with the email notifications and even automatic deactivation rules applicable on the freelance applicants. My journey was challenging, but at the same time very exciting and rewarding. Honestly, it brought a lot of anxiety and stress to my life, but I'm grateful for all this experience and where I am so far. My colleagues were always very supportive to me, so they helped me to grow and obtain necessary knowledge, I would say, on the go. Fun fact is that in 2023, I actually relocated twice. First time I moved from Riga to Lisbon, and just half a year later I moved from Lisbon to Dubai, and here I am now in Dubai. And by the way, in between of those two relocations, we were launching Dreamport platform to production. It happened in April 2023, so I would say it added on top of the stress of everything that was going on at my personal life at the time. When we started Dreamport development, it was focused on creating a platform for automation of freelancers' application, selection, and contracting process. It took some major releases, many feature deployments, endless functionality enhancements, but now 1.5 years later from production release, or 2.5 years later after we started, we have all of that, and we keep adding more. And we implemented such things that were never part of the initial scope, as for example, login with the Facebook and Google accounts. We integrated external assessment and training content providing systems. And now we even released the integration with Pioneer, which allows our freelancers to automatically onboard and open their accounts in Pioneer so that they can receive their commissions transferred to their Pioneer accounts. In addition to the initial plan, we now have dedicated back office space for freelancers management, which was not planned initially, as we had internal system available in Dyninno, which we were planning to use. But as we kept growing, it was decided that it was better for us to build our own back office space specifically for the Dreamport needs. And during all this time, honestly, iTeam's team size didn't change much. However, business stakeholders wise, from having just few people at the very beginning, now we have a lot more. Since the very beginning, Dreamport IT team members have been highly involved and took charge of the product success. All the team members were part of the functionality planning and its development rather than just getting the separate tasks assigned. This allowed us to identify better solutions and to improve each other's ideas by challenging on a daily calls whichever plans that we had in the functionality of the system. For me, it is extremely important to make sure that my team knows what stands behind the requirements that I'm bringing to them and why there is a need for the certain functionality that we're going to implement. They know how the decisions are being made on the business side and even how the priorities are being assigned. During all this time, my IT team never failed me, absolutely. And their efforts and contributions into the Dreamport success are priceless. I believe that only by working as a team together, which is business and IT teams being united in our goals, we have managed to achieve the success that we do have now. I would say it was completely unexpected and unpredicted publicity. Dreamport in some way has reached minds and hearts of bigger and smaller Indian YouTubers, and they just started creating videos about Dreamport platform and publishing those on their YouTube channels. Just all of a sudden, in one day, our daily registrations were increased at least 10 times. At that moment, the platform was not yet completely automated in its processes, so it brought us a big challenge on both systems load and our operations load, as we had to continue changing our assessment and training programs, because even those were published as part of the YouTube videos. We had to find the ways on the business side to readjust to the number of the freelance applicants that we were receiving, as back then part of the processes was still handled by our team members' involvement. It was at the same time great motivation to focus on automating as many processes as we have, including those that were on the business side. Otherwise, a lot of people would be getting stuck and waiting unnecessarily long after finishing all the application process to be able to finally join us. IT team puts a lot of effort into using the latest technologies available. They do monitor system performance daily and they continuously look for the improvements. From my side, they always have the support to offer better ways of doing even what we already have and to enhance from the technical perspective. And from the product perspective, we started by building, I would say, the foundation of the funnel of our applicant statuses, which we never changed since we launched, but we only extended with adding new steps as our process evolves for the freelance applicants. And we focus on further reusability of functionality that we're building, because Dreamport platform is much more than the workflow for just one certain process. And we try to reuse everything that we build for as many processes as we do have through the back office and behind the scenes. This year, we were finally able to open globally. Before that, we had quite a number of restrictions to the countries that we were operating in and accepting freelancers from. So honestly, for 2025, we wish to see a lot of different people from different locations being part of our applicants or our active freelancers. And also, automating for our internal teams that manage all the freelancers, automating for them as many processes as we can and helping them in their daily tasks to perform those with the least possible stress, with the maximum possible automations, and also to make their days comfortable in a way that we have all the information and all the tools available for them. And I hope that in 2025 we will have new bigger addition to Dreamport functionality. Whichever it will be, we will decide with the business soon. But from having external application process and our internal back office processes, I think we will be adding something new soon also. Since we launched our operations, we have received around 250,000 or even more of registrations from the freelance applicants. We do make them to pass assessment and online training and pre-live training. So at the end, we have around 15,000 of people that already passed our training programs since we launched. And on a weekly basis, we contract around 100 to 150 freelancers. Just as a small hint, before the Dreamport launched, as far as I remember, it was around 50 a month. So we increased the numbers of the freelancers that we can contract monthly dramatically with the Dreamport. And we're not planning to stop there. We have actively always above 1,000 freelancers in the Dreamport, and the numbers are only continuing to grow. I joined Dyninno as I was offered to lead a completely new product development, which at that point of time was just in initial idea phase. Building the Dreamport platform from scratch and being part of its ongoing growth and success is the best experience I could have ever asked as the product owner. And together with the business and IT teams, we built something truly unique with the Dreamport and the automations of the freelance applicants process that we have. And I'm really proud of the results that we have achieved. We went through a lot of challenges during this time, and only by being strong, a supportive team, we reached where we are now. So I continue choosing to be part of the Dreamport team.